you.
Hello, everyone. We have everybody here who is just very excited for the TPK tonight. Hello, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and most importantly, we create magic. We are here with our lovely crew, the New Moon. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
Hi.
Hi for the last time.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, some stuff is happening tonight. But before we say anything about that, if you have no idea what this is, hello. We are a D&D live play stream. We run every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, having 4 parties existing. More or less, we'll see. I'm just kidding. I have full faith in you guys. I believe in you. But I'll never say it's not possible. Existing, living, breathing, not dying in the same homebrew world, the beautiful, wonderful world of Imea. Before we get into the specifics tonight, just a couple of announcements. First and foremost, we are excited to be running our next drop-in, drop-out campaign. And that drop-in, drop-out campaign is Humblewood. The Humblewood Silk and Sunder. Designed to be a very kind of wacky sort of game where you get to play an anthropomorphic woodland creature using 5e stats. We have custom races, things like that. Also a few custom classes, some different spells, things. So a lot of crazy fun stuff. Very, very zany, very wacky. I would say very light, and then all of a sudden it'll be very dark, but still in that zany, wacky, kind of cartoony sort of way. So if you're looking for something to be able to kind of play through that is going to kind of hopefully tickle some funny bones, this is the campaign to play. So drop in, drop out campaign means that you can play 1 session, you can play 2, 3, 4, you can take a break, come back, you can play all of them. It is completely up to you. There is no specific sort of schedule that you need to follow. But it'll be running for this month, it'll be running every Sunday, except for the 28th, I believe. And I might have that date wrong. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, I nailed it. Nice. I never get that right. Except for the 28th, we will be off for that date. And then the next month, we will be continuing running Humblewood, but for also including Saturdays. So if anybody wants to jump in for Saturdays, that will start in May. So you can check that out at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. If you are watching, this on YouTube, it is in the video description below. If you're watching this on Twitch, I will be including it in the comments. Yeah, please feel free to check that out. This Saturday, we will be running our first one shot. Our first one shot that I'm very excited for in sort of connection and preparation and celebration, most importantly, for D&D turning the big 5-0 this year by running the Descent into the Lost Caverns of Sajkantha. And I'm so sorry, I know that kind of blinks in and out of existence. I promise I'll make a slower one. I know I said that on Monday, if you're paying attention. I'm sorry, I ran out of time. But yes, Descent into the Lost Caverns of Sajkantha, which is a revamped sort of version of a dungeon crawl from back in the 80s. So very cool, very exciting to kind of have to run that. It is a much cheaper game than most of our other one shots. It's only $15 a player. The one for this Saturday, fully booked, but the one for next Saturday is wide open for anybody to jump in and play some good old-fashioned D&D with us. We are running 5e, but it'll be definitely have that kind of like classic sort of feel to it as well. New classic, we'll call it that works, right? Yeah, so excited for that. Again, if you want to check that out, if you want to join in, find out more information, or just kind of click the like I'm ready, let's go, again, you can find that at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. I feel like one of those like those like early for everybody. Yeah, everybody's old enough for like those radio commercials where they would say the number, but they would say it like 3 or 4 times in the like 20-second commercial. Should I say it one more time?
You mean like J.G. Wentworth? That's
J.G. Wentworth. Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yes, exactly. No, I won't say it another time. If you need it again, just rewind and look back at it. And we'll wait. All right, cool. Welcome back. Sweet. So I believe what's next in that? Oh, cool. If you are looking to support, in I said this in an awful way on Monday that sounded very like cultish. If you want to support the channel, and I can't figure out a way to say it, and getting close, get closer to the It's a Long Story family, friends of people. You can do so by liking and subscribing and following on the various on YouTube and Twitch, as well as our Instagram and TikTok. So you can find those as you can see down below right there. It's at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. Click, subscribe, join, follow. For the social media stuff, we kind of put some behind the scenes stuff. I'm actually very excited this week because I have a couple of posts we'll have of like the in-depth sort of pictures of some new minis, some new sort of terrain pieces from, we'll have a like kind of close-up of our set that we did last night for those who didn't see. And who knows, we might just have a close-up of whatever happens tonight. We'll see. Sweet. And I think without that, I have no idea, Clinton. I have no idea what you're saying. You're putting a lot of things out there. I love it. Like, subscribe, sacrifice a goat. Do not sacrifice a goat. Please don't. Please don't do that. But just like and subscribe and follow. Cool. I think that is it for me. So before we jump into tonight, we need to get a recap of where we left off with the party. So I believe, Matt, you're doing it?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Awesome. Feel free. Take it away, sir.
Yeah, and I don't care if you sacrifice a goat. Do what you feel. Follow your heart is what I always say.
Please don't sacrifice.
Yeah, it's up to you. How was your Wednesday going? So we picked up with the party kind of really coming back together at the Blackwater Banshee. Tishing was walking along with Missing with their new friend Jet. Daphne and Ianthe were standing outside when their brother Deem walked up as well. As everyone came together, we found out very quickly that Grianne and Sif were missing. We initially thought they were there. We tried to reach out to them via magic. No response. We got worried. So we ended up heading over to where we last heard they were, which is the Compass. Upon arriving, we were met with a sort of magical field, but also an individual by the name of Ida, who confronted us and told us that they have locked up Grianne and Sif for kidnapping Elissa. In the session previous to that, Grianne had admitted to kidnapping Elissa to them, and things escalated from there. Either way, some things were sort of thrown about. Titian ended up being a little bit of the face as he went back and forth with Ida, trying to gather, why they were sort of had locked up our friends. What can we do to get them back? As he was doing that, Ianthe was sort of trying to do some detect thoughts and trying to pry into stuff magically. Jet was trying to stay neutral within it as he is a member of Dare's Wharf. And Adim was literally sizing people up, getting ready for what he felt like might be a fight. As time went on, and we hinted a little bit at Elissa's power and some of the reasoning why we ended up with her, it was decided that we would go back and retrieve Elissa and bring them back to Ida, as that seemed like the only way to get our friends out of prison. As we were doing that, Ida then went back to the cells and confronted Grianne and Sif, where Grianne told them more point blank, more directly, the power of Elissa and sort of the situation that they are going to find themselves in if they do actually choose to try to take her back to her parents in Grifton. Through that, as that conversation was happening, the rest of the party went back to the Spire and sort of looked to collect Elissa and Ewolf to take them back, and sort of wanted to get Elissa's feedback on whether or not she wanted to return to Grifton. As we were doing that, Jet kind of was confronted with Elissa's power for the very first time, and since he's a little bit more in tune with magic in this setting, it didn't nearly knock him out, but it definitely hurt him a bit. He realized her immense power and that she is definitely something that we cannot mess with. As a matter of fact, I believe his grimoire told him not to let her out of his sight and to protect her to some extent. So with that in mind, we asked Elissa what her feelings were, and then we sort of started making our way back to the compass to confront Ida and possibly make a switch, but also really largely making plans for what we're going to do in this very moment of possible conflict. So that's sort of where we're at now.
All right, cool. Anything we missed, gang?
I think the one just at the end, Elissa is visibly upset. And magically probably gonna lose it here.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I think that's an important factor for sure.
She's never done that before. I know, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I also think Adim had a fog cloud propped up or some sort of magic or water locked.
Just get water following you.
A lot of water, a very thin level following us, so I can mess with them.
Awesome.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
Cool. I think, with that, I think we are ready to jump in. So, what I want to do first is to take, to take a little bit of a second to be able to kind of spend a little bit more time with Grian. So we're going to kind of take about a minute back as you guys are arriving, we're going to go from there. So, Grian, as you are having shackles put back on you, I believe there is a conversation with Ida that we've already had a little bit on the idea of like why she's doing that. So I wanted to kind of revisit that as like an idea of like being able to kind of extend that conversation out. So Ida looks at you and just goes, I understand that you're been with your friends a while. How do you think we should handle this in the idea of being careful and keeping the bloodshed to 0, ideally?
Well, they might be a little upset that I've got shackles on, but I said that I wouldn't do anything to upset anything, so I'm willing to do this. I'll just warn again that if you see her get any kind of upset, we'll need to do whatever we can to rectify that.
What, Gray, what does that mean? She's from my understanding, she's a kid. There's a lot of things that could get her upset. From what you said, that could be a problem as far as having some sort of magical explosion.
Imagine a 5-year-old meltdown, but instead of just like screaming in tears, there's a lot more screaming and tears, and it's not from them.
So how do we
She could take down
keep
this
that from
entire
happening?
building if she's upset.
Okay. So how do we keep that from happening?
Ianthe might be able to calm her down. but we're gonna have to just read the situation, and if we're doing something she doesn't quite like, we'll have to stop and reroute that.
Okay.
I mean, part of it, she's 5. She might like chocolate cake today and hate it tomorrow, so it's hard to tell.
All right. Dirt comes by at this point and just goes, they're coming up now. Okay. Showtime. And Grian and Sif, you are both led out to stand out on the front porch. Yeah. Cutting back to actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. We'll take this this opportunity now to switch over to the battle camp. For the rest of you guys, as you all approach, feel free to, I'll say, feel free to roll perception checks in this moment.
I got a 7.
16.
Natural 1.
No!
I'm getting him out of the way now. That dice is now going over here.
Let's do this, actually. Let's get a marching order.
I got a dirty 20. So I'm sorry to have infected you, Titian.
You're good. You're good. It's not like I need to do any talking here in a moment. I imagine Titian will be up front. I imagine.
Jet will be behind Titian.
I'll be behind.
Go ahead, Anthony.
I'll probably be in the middle next to Elissa. Keep her like in the middle.
I will probably be at the same distance as Ianthe, but off to the side a little bit. It's like maybe 10 feet away from her.
Give me clearer directions. I'm not really sure.
10 feet to the right of wherever Ianthe is.
Got it. Cool. Thank you.
Is that the cat with the shotgun?
No, but she is here. This is the cat with the shotgun.
Amazing.
There's Eda. Okay, who are we missing here? Sif. Sif.
Mm.
All right. A little cool formation there on that. Sweet. All right. So we'll say who rolled higher than a 15? Just say your name.
Adim.
Adim.
Jet.
Okay, cool. So let's keep it like that for now. So as we are, as you guys are approaching, I will say for Adim and for Jet, you both notice that there's a significantly bigger group here. Probably about the same amount that was there before, just now we're just kind of clear more in the open. You see 6 figures in total, not including Grian and Sif. With a 15, you also both notice that Grian and Sif are both shackled. I think that's it for the most part. Anybody roll above a 20?
Above or equal to?
20 or above, we'll say.
I got 20. I got dirty 20.
20. Cool. With a 20, you definitely can notice that Adim, you're really close to Elissa right now.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely notice the look in Alyssa's eyes.
Yeah.
She seems so like a reminder from like last session. You could like you can see that there's like this fire with like there's these like her irises are now just flames, and you see there's like these kind of interesting sort of like flares that are kind of coming off into the sclera. She is practicing her breathing, but that's what you perceive with that. You also notice that Ida. I'll say with the 20. Give me that insight check.
Okay. 13.
13. With a 13. Ida seems pretty stoic, unmoving, very unemotional, looking at this as just a simple exchange. As you all approach, I think there's a moment where I think you get about to this space here where Ida just kind of shouts out and goes,
Before
okay, that's...
anything, hold on. Can I say something really quick?
Sure.
As we approach this state, since I notice how she is right now, I'm going to activate my bracelet and then just tell Elissa, hey, you're doing really good with breathing. Just keep it.
I don't believe she has a stone.
I know.
She does
I'm
not.
verbalizing it, and I'm letting everybody else know what I'm saying because I'm the one who realized she's about to go.
Gotcha. Cool.
So she doesn't have a stone, but I'm saying, hey, Elissa, you're doing really good with your breathing, but calm down. Keep it up. That way, everybody else gets that knowledge that, oh, God.
You got it. She, I'm going to say, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, a dirty 20.
Great. Cool. The dirty 20, you see her look in your direction. You see the initial sort of look. It's hard to tell. Someone with their eyes on fire definitely is always going to seem like they're not okay. But she does seem to, I think you see like the fire sort of like die down a little bit as she kind of just nods and continues to breathe as she looks at you.
Good. And I just smile at her and wink.
Cool.
My hope was just that everybody else knew what was going on, including hopefully Grian and Sif.
You got
it. As we're walking up, I'm going to do a subtle spell detect thoughts and just have it pulled up. I'm going to first have it focused on Ida.
Okay.
Yeah. So for a minute, I can just hear, and I can like shift it over to people.
I think right now the only thing you hear in like surface level thoughts, I think you hear a. All right. That's probably the short one in the middle. Okay, let's do this. As she shouts out from where you guys are at. Okay, that's probably far enough for now.
Oh. All right. Just let y'all know. I think it'd be best if we just keep this as civil and calm as can be. Let's just try to treat this as a conversation amongst friends, if that's all right with you, Ida.
Sure, I can appreciate that. Let's, if you don't mind, I'd like one of you to come forward as we talk.
Sure.
And you see her step forward. Titian, you step forward?
Yeah. All right. Hey, so first things first. My name is Titian. It's not Grant. I just want to let you know that right off the bat. I think things are gonna get a little real, and I just want to I wanted a chance to sort of talk to you, but before I do that, did you have something you wanted to say, or can I want to throw an insight check at her, because to me I'd like to know how she was looking at me when she was walking up to Titian in this moment.
I'll tell you this: if you're like trying to focus, like specifically focus your attention, I'd say the perception check is like so easy that I would say it kind of passes your passive perception. As she comes closer, she seems businesslike, unrelenting.
Yeah, I guess to be more specific, I'm wanting to know if since our last meeting to this meeting, is there any evidence of cracks or apprehension that wasn't there before?
We'll say I'll keep that in mind because she hasn't said anything yet either. So
okay.
So yeah, I'm with you. I hear you. Okay.
Yeah, Titian will be looking for that the whole time.
You got it.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just gonna do this so that we can have something put there.
Great. So Ida, as you can see, in good faith, we've come back here. We got Elissa back there. She's standing next to my friend and colleague. But before we handed her over, we really wanted a chance to sort of talk to you a little bit more in depth about the situation that you're getting into, or like sort of this moment here, to make sure that you had a full understanding of what's happening, so that we weren't doing you a disservice, and more importantly, that little girl a disservice. So I just wanted to make sure, are you open to like just hearing a little bit of a talk from us right now?
Sure. Yes. I can appreciate the trust that you're giving to someone to give your actual name. Also, I did speak with Grian a little bit before.
Oh, yeah?
One important thing that should be noted is that something I don't know if Grian told you or not. Grian, as far as I'm concerned, is family.
Mm.
The manacles that are on him, I don't want to be that person. I would also like this to go as smoothly as possible. So I am listening.
Well, I appreciate hearing that. I no doubt we're both in pain seeing him over there, sort of in shackles right now. Then, so I appreciate that. So if you spoke to him, you might have heard. That's not just any old little 5-year-old over there, you know. You might have heard, like, we didn't fully intend for her to come with us, but you know, we had to rescue her from a situation, and then we were put in the position of what was the greater good in the moment, and we had to make a choice that, to some, I can understand where it might seem bad or ill-advised or wrong, but I think if you knew the destructive power of that being, that her over there, and she doesn't, the thing you need to realize, the thing that's most dangerous here is she doesn't know how powerful she is, and she doesn't have full control over it. You see, at when we picked her up at Grifton, she literally left a crater in the ground. That just decimated the place. Now, me and my friends over here, and he's going to point to Ianthe, he's going to point to, and I think to sort of, not to put this, like, Tishing would have had his hand on the rock so everyone in the party would know what he's saying as well. So everyone with a rock would know, like, word for word exactly what he's saying, so that it's not a secret meeting.
Sure.
So we were put in a position of not just protecting her, but protecting the world from her. And this whole time we've been really working to try to focus, train. You see, my friend over there, my colleague, he's going to point out Ianthe. She's been teaching her everything from how to swim to how to also control her emotions and control her emotional magic. My friend Bix, who's not here, but he's probably reading, I don't know, books or something like that at the school down there. He's developed focuses for her and put her on a path of, like, really thinking it through. As you can see, our new friend Jet, who you might know, he's actually a professor at the college. He teaches magic, and we were hoping that he could also maybe step in and help guide her even further and take her to that next level. You see, we've made great strides with her, but if you look at her, you can tell she's not quite there yet. And if we took her back to Grifton now, it would be weeks, days, hours before she has another blow up, and then half that town is gone. So I don't know. That's just, I felt like you'd want to know that, because I wouldn't want you to have, by proxy, that blood on your hands. I wouldn't want you to put your people at danger any more so than they need to be. And I'm not gonna lie to you, we love her. We've taken to her, we're looking over, and she likes us as well. But this is definitely the biggest job this group has right now. We take it very seriously.
I appreciate your situation.
Mm.
I understand that you were working in, how you say, in what you would perceive as the best possible situation for someone with her abilities. I have a couple questions.
Sure. And if you want to sit, like my friend can show you, I think, a representation of the damage she did. Like, we can do anything you want, but yeah, we're happy to answer any questions you have.
With all due respect, I have no reason I trust my nephew. And his word is very similar. So I believe you.
Yeah.
Was she her family wants her back?
Mm-hmm.
Was she in a, by any means, abusive situation at home?
Tishian's really taking a second to think about this, because she wasn't, I wouldn't say she was, but she wasn't fully accepted. Like,
I would say abuse is a very specific term in case
Yeah.
of she's saying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we know as a group that, like, her mom doesn't quite like her, but I think that's all we know.
Yeah, I don't think there's, I would say, I mean, physical abuse, no. Neglect, I think, is something you could possibly say from... Have you been to Grifton before? Have you been to South Imea?
I've been to South Imea, yes.
Yeah. So you might know that as a place, it's not overly welcome and hospitable to magic users, and specifically, like, me walking around as a Leonin, and like I have a magical 10-foot bird, and I have a, we have a sorcerer, and we have a, we had a goblin in our party. Like, we had all these people in our party, but like, even us just walking around, we weren't fully accepted because we just didn't fit the type. Now, she has no control over who she is. She was born into this, as natural a magic user as, I've ever seen, and I imagine anyone's ever seen. And I would say she absolutely is not receiving the help she needs in Grifton or anywhere in South Imea. I don't think there's a place for her down there to help her out.
So, short answer to my question. Is she receiving abuse in the home that she's at?
A form of neglect, I would say.
So, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Neglect based on her abilities, or neglect based on her needs as a... Looks behind you. 6, 7-year-old?
Neglect based on her needs as a magical being that can't control it. They didn't withhold food, they didn't withhold drink from her. But you can tell that they've not given her care in the way that she needs it. Otherwise, she's just not fully grown into that role. And we do know that she had a sister that was magical herself, and she had to leave. Older being, still a teenager, I believe, but she had to escape for her own well-being from that area as well. because of, I imagine, because of her situation.
Above board, she's an adult.
I figured like early 20s. Okay.
Yeah, she's an adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Titian, if there were some clear forms, things that would be able to show, things that could be provided as evidence to people not only here, but also in any sort of South Imaean court, I think we would have something. I understand the personal concern here. The trouble is,
Sure.
there is still the idea of a child that you say saved, they say took.
I mean, the fact is, the child was so... She was so... Like... She had to turn to Den Mother Udris, who was a hag and necromancer, for any sense of magical tutoring, magical care. And in that,
We
because
spent
she was
some
literally...
time looking into Den Mother Udris. From our understanding, before her admittedly very quick, it seems, trial, she was a well-known healer in the city. She had her own church, her own congregation.
Sure. What I'm saying is, I just know we saw her attacking the town. And we know that Elissa here, not due to them consciously doing it, but because of their inability to control themselves, were responsible for, I don't know, countless accidents possibly, leading to Den Mother Udris being arrested and put on that trial that you found out, that you learned about. Now, Den Mother Udris was there to take the bullet for that one, or literally stand at the rope for that one. What do you think will happen with the next barn that accidentally gets burned down? Or the next horse that gets lit on fire by accident? Or the next time she doesn't get the kind of candy she wants and she throws a fit and all of a sudden the candy maker's a frog?
Personally, I think the responsibility of that does not rest with you. But clearly, there has to be some sort of room for some compromise. Excuse me a moment. And she turns and looks at her group and kind of gives a nod to the tabaxi, who lets go of the hand on you, Grian, and you see Ida just kind of give you a look of like, come here.
I will walk up to Ida. Yeah.
Anthony, give me an insight check. And a Deem.
Hold on.
I'll allow both.
I have to find a good D20. I'll take it. 15.
12.
15. Cool. 15 is the DC here. As you see, as Green kind of steps forward, we hear the sound of clanking chains as he is still manacled from the back. You look at Elissa, and I'm going to roll for Elissa.
Oh, no.
Okay. That is 1. You see her eyes flare a little more. Her breathing gets a little crazier. You notice as she starts to kind of shift from like left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And as she does, the like leftover sort of water that is on the ground that Adim has left is continuing to like you hear a quick sort of sizzle with each step that she takes, and then nothing, as it deems water that gets underneath her feet is almost immediately evaporating.
I will just move it away from her. It's over to my right.
I will say like that's like that's not bothering her. It's just a representation of like
Right, yeah.
how nasty it's getting.
I don't need anything to bother her more.
Yeah, I will tell you, like, mechanically wise, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I rolled a 7.
Is this a low roll is bad?
Low roll is bad,
yeah.
yes. I'll tell you that
Great.
at least.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm like,
Cool.
I need context, but okay, now I have it.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm just gonna squeeze your hand,
Can I see
maybe
this?
whisper in her ear, or like telepathically, like it's going to be fine.
I think you see Ianthe reaction.
I see what?
But Ianthe, go ahead. Sorry, this was to Grian. Ianthe, go ahead.
Yeah, I would be looking at her like maybe a little nervous, but then just telepathically in her head, I'm just gonna like try to reassure her. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. We've been honest. It's going to be all right. And just keep reassuring her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Here's the thing. My warm-up rolls did not go super great, and I'm a little nervous about all of my dice today. That'll work. 22.
22 is literally the DC.
Ow.
She goes back down to 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You're doing great. You're doing great. We're both doing great.
Just why do they have the chains on them?
I don't know. I wish they didn't. I don't like seeing him like that either. I don't like seeing them like that either.
Why do they keep him locked up? Why can't he be free?
I think they want to scare us. But we're not going to let them scare us. We're going to be brave. We're going to be strong.
Grian, was there anything you wanted to do?
I'm okay for right now.
Cool. Okay, so Grian, I just talked with Titian. Here's the way
We're all three in the same space, right? Like I'm hearing
Yes,
this?
yeah, you're all there on the board. Yeah, so there. So I just talked with Titian. I can understand the situation, and I understand that I see some good points to things that are being said as someone who has been in South Imea and is aware of how they treat magic here. Unfortunately, I do believe that there is a precedence that is set with a law that I happen to agree with in the idea of whose responsibility it is. So, up for ideas for compromise. Also, Titian, if you feel more comfortable in this, you can bring someone else forward if you'd like.
All right. Hey, Titian's gonna turn. Hey, Jet. Jet, can you wanna?
Yeah, Jet will walk forward.
If we're talking about magic, it's probably better to have the adjunct around to to talk about it a little bit. Just figured he might offer some insights.
Before I get into this, 2 questions. Number 1, did I see everything that was happening right behind me before I walked up?
Roll me an insight check.
Alrighty.
What specifically are you talking about?
Everybody comforting Elissa.
Yeah, I would say I didn't give Green a roll, so I'd say that you see that. Yeah.
Okay. As a teacher, I feel that. Okay. Question number 2. Do I know if there's any laws of magic users, like if they're dangerous to people around them and they get taken to like the school? Do I know anything about that?
Which school are you talking about?
Well, I went to the Ludus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, were there any rules of you're too dangerous to be here, you get taken in?
I'm confused on what you're asking me. Are you saying you're too dangerous to be in the town that you're in, so we're going to bring you to the school as like
To teach you, yeah. Is that a thing that they do?
Not necessarily. No. I would say that as far as you know, every student of the Ludus is joining of their own free will.
I didn't mean like that. I mean, like, would they take people who are magically inclined from places to teach them, not necessarily against their will, but so that they don't cause problems, right?
Right. Okay. So yeah, I would say the phrasing you were doing was saying take, and that was why I was confused on that. So yes, they would take, like as in take in. Yes, absolutely.
So Jet would walk forward and he would bow politely, and he would basically start off with saying, "I'm Jet. I work at the alcove. I'm a teacher. And as far as I'm concerned, this is one of my students."
Okay.
And he will he'll say she needs to learn control, and that's something that I struggled with and had to face for years. So I plan on teaching her.
I mean,
That doesn't solve the compromise of the idea of having parents that are wanting their child back. Unless you would like to go with her and teach her in Grifton.
Would Jed know the location? Like, that's in South Amaya, right? And he knows he can't go there.
It's like, I mean, you could. It's hundreds of miles away.
Could we see if her parents are willing to do like a boarding school type situation? Enrolling her as a student? Not there?
That, I think, is a possibility. The idea of understanding. Look, I know, I know some magic. I assume I'm talking with extremely magical people. I understand that there are people that don't get it, and that's a problem for someone like Elissa. So, I think having to have someone that is able to convince the parents to put her in a place where she would be safer, but they would be able to know where she is and visit her whenever is suitable.
I mean,
makes sense to me.
We could check in daily, monthly, weekly. Elissa can talk to her parents anytime. We can do that from anywhere. We have magical means of doing that. That a check-in system wouldn't be an issue at all. And of course, Elissa is always free to go back. Like, we've not kept her from going back. She's been
Mr.
with us for her own
Titian.
accord. But yeah,
Mr. Titian, How do you suppose it will sound if I go to the parents and say the people that, from your perspective, took your child are wanting to continue keeping your child, but with checking in with you from week to week on how she's doing?
It'd have to be better than. I mean, we're looking for a compromise. So we got to start somewhere. Like, I'm saying, like,
from my
at least there's
understanding,
nothing-
the idea of a boarding school was what was on the table.
Yeah, and I'm just adding to that by saying boarding school with the ability to check in as well. That's all I'm saying.
I see. I thought you were saying you would be the school.
No, not necessarily. No.
Okay.
I would.
Well, I assume you would also be traveling with this group.
Certainly.
So, you see my problem here. That's very hard to sell. If we were talking about a boarding school, so a place of recognized scholastic learning, not accompanying or apprenticing under someone who is in a group that has kidnapped, according to them, their child.
I mean, Jack, do you have ties with the school? We can get her in there just down the road, can't we?
Yes. I have a professor I would recommend.
Okay. So, the Ludus.
Alcove.
Alcove. Okay. That is something I could sell to them. Possibly. My understanding, and I've heard rumors, the Ludus is out of the question.
Does Titian? I'm trying to remember if Titian knows if Gwyncelli works at the Ludus.
The name of the Ludus is called the Mortimer Ludus.
And her name is
Grincelli's last name is Grincelli Mortimer.
So I think if Titian, I think Titian knows that from our dealings.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah,
I think you do.
Yeah.
At that answer, Titian will look at Ida. Absolutely.
Jet makes a face, but then nods.
All right. The alcove does sound like a better place for her age range. From my understanding, they deal with younger kids. So, great. Well, I think the best way to handle the situation would be to continue this exchange and understand that under my care, temporary, she will be here until her parents arrive and we're able to sit down and have a discussion.
Do you have any word on? Have you already gotten word to her parents and know when they might arrive?
From my understanding, they're already on the way here.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you exactly, but a couple days.
Okay. What will you, when they get here? I know you're going to push for her to go to the school. What will you say of the people that she's been with this whole time.
The truth, Mr. Titian. That I find no reason to doubt the abilities or the intentions of this group. It seems, as far as I can tell right now, that Elissa is unharmed, and the rest would be up to them.
Okay.
If you would like to be a part of that conversation, you certainly could. I don't know how well that would go, knowing the parents' captor would be in the same room. But that's up to you.
I don't imagine it would go over well. Let me give you a rain check either way. Can you just let us know when they arrive? Send word to us.
Absolutely.
Where will you, you're keeping Elissa under your care tonight. I want just assurances that, you're not gonna cuff her, you're gonna put her up in nice housing. Right?
At this, Ida looks at Korean.
I mean, I enjoyed it a lot as a kid. Beds here are super nice. That's actually why Sif and I came here, was to sleep. And surprise.
I mean, okay. So she's not gonna. Titian's just pointing at Ida because he wants Ida to say it and not just hint at it. But,
sure.
So just to be clear, she's not going to get the housing that comes with those, and he's going to point at Grian's shackles.
Correct. I think, like, natural insight, you get the idea of, like, whatever I say is going to sound better coming from Grian than from me.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she did that, but
yeah.
Of course, I would never.
Could we have, I can't remember his name, the guy that came with her?
E-Wolf?
Yeah. Could we have him stay with them as well?
I'm unaware of this individual.
That's the sister's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend person. That's what he's also. Yeah.
He was going to, if she does end up going back to Grifton, he was going to be around to help make sure and keep her safe.
Again, that is up to the family, but as far as the meantime, as I said, seeing the health and protection that she's in now, I don't see why Mr. E-Wolf couldn't stay with her.
Okay. Alright, sounds like we just need to break the news. And again, Titian's been holding the rock in the on position, so Ianthe and Nadim should know about all of this. Like, I never took my hand off of it. I guess now is just, and again, just reminder, we need to make a smooth, kind transition. So, maybe put your kindest person forward, and we'll just try to keep her as calm as possible.
I would say that I'm the one that she's going to be conversing with the most. Looks back at her group, all of which are carrying significant weaponry except for Dirt, who is carrying a flask. Probably not the best.
Maybe have them put away their
I did fine.
weapons and stuff. Like, maybe just have them put them out of sight.
Roll me a persuasion check on that one.
Oh boy. That is a 15.
Okay. as she turns towards her group again, you see her just kind of like put a hand down, and you see the tabaxi kind of like puts the shotgun on her back. The bows are down at the hip, no arrow in the other hand. In other news, Ianthe, why are they're still talking and Grian is still in handcuffs? How long is this going to take?
I don't think it'll be much longer. I think they're finishing talks.
Well, you're an adult. Can you tell them to hurry it up? We're back at 1. I rolled a 3.
Shit. We just have to be patient. We can't interrupt. Think about what you want to have for dinner tonight. Do you want to find a bakery, get some cookies or cake?
Persuasion check, I think. It's higher now.
Shit. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That's 26.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not how I did it. Okay, you're good. I rolled a nat 20. She went back down to 0.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Something with sugar. I heard I had sugar in Grifton a lot, and I haven't had any here.
Yeah. Think about what sort of desserts you want, and we'll find some after this.
Okay. Am I gonna have to sleep on the straw again tonight? That's fine.
I don't. We'll sleep where we sleep. After eating all of the cake that we can.
Yeah, all the cake. At this point, I think all eyes turn in Elissa's direction, at least from this group. Ida says, I think it best that you all talk. I will say something at the end when I can, when it's right. But I would say for now, maybe it's best to have it come from you all.
Yeah, let us break the news, and then if you want to, not ordering or anything like that, but we'll try to walk her over and introduce her to you here in a moment. But yeah, you got to remember she's all powerful, but she's only 5, so
understood. Green and I will stay here.
Can I ask, as we're going back there, it might be as you lowered your weapons, can you go ahead and loosen their cuffs as well? I'm just trying to think of things that might set her off in this moment.
Persuasion check with advantage.
Oh boy. Oh shit. I rolled 2 19s. That's a 26.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. And unlocks Green's chain. As you guys
Appreciate it. All right. So, how are y'all doing back here?
Are we
We're
done here
having
yet?
dessert for dinner.
Sorry, what was that?
We're
We're
going
having
to have
dessert.
dessert for dinner.
For dinner. Are we done here? Can we go home?
Oh, and Tishian's gonna take a knee and try to. Actually, Tishian's gonna set crisscross applesauce on the ground
Cool.
in front of Elissa. He's gonna try to get as close to eye level with her. This is the moment where the paladin becomes an elementary school teacher.
Cool. So I rolled an intelligence check for her to see through that. I'm sorry. And I really wish I'm sorry. I do not have the dice game up. I'm sorry, gang, but I rolled an 18. So she's seeing you do that and just no change in her face at all.
Is there like a performance check you'd like me to throw against it?
Sure, yeah.
Try to
Give
keep
me
her
a
calm.
performance check to beat it. I'll say to beat. So it was 18 plus her. We'll say 21.
21. Okay, I do have.
We'll keep it easy. We'll say 20.
Okay, I do have a +4 to performance, so it's not impossible.
Right.
Ooh, okay, I did it. Performance, I rolled an 18 plus 4, that's 22.
22. Cool.
So I'm not. If she's trying to look through something, it's more about trying to keep her calm right now. If that's
Yeah. I think she looks at that and like I think she kind of gets the idea of like why you're doing that, but also you sit down and like you kind of like puff out a little bit, and she notices that and just goes, your tail's slapping the ground.
Yeah, it does that from time to time. I don't really have any control over it. It actually has a mind of its own. Oh, sorry, hold on, I can't talk about my tail right now. Elissa, shorty or short person. Elissa, listen. My friend Ida over there. We just became friends. She's super nice. She's really kind. She's called your parents, and no one's mad at you. I want to say that right now. No one's upset. Everyone's really cool and collected. We're cool as cucumbers here. But they're actually coming to see you right now. They're on their way. And as we're waiting on them, Ida was gonna put you up and make sure you had a really nice room and a really nice place, and so you could be at your best when your parents arrive, so you can, say hello to them.
They're coming for me.
No, well, they're coming to see you. Right now we were talking, and you know how you've been practicing your medicine, like not your medicine, your magics, and like you've been really doing a good job of like growing and like controlling it more, and how Ianthe's been teaching you a lot, and how Bixeldan's been teaching you a lot, and I've been teaching you to tie knots and do all that cool stuff, and then really, you've been learning a whole bunch this whole time. We were discussing, and my friend Jet here, who you met Jet a little while ago, but did you know Jet's a teacher?
He looks like a teacher.
Yeah, he's one of the best teachers around, and he was actually going to get you into school to learn more about magic. How does that sound?
I don't know.
Well,
At this, Jet's gonna also like take a knee, and he's not gonna like reach out and touch her at all, but he's gonna kind of like give that like comforting, teacher is here for you kind of vibe, and then he says, I have the perfect teacher in mind for you. You will never expect how many little critters he has.
Persuasion check with advantage for Jet.
Oh, good. I'm terrible at these. Well, that's not bad. That's a 16.
16 is pretty good. I'm gonna say that negates me having to roll for her right now. So that's really good. Cool. Okay. So would this school be? Would this teacher be following us?
I think it's too early to tell. Jet, can you share a little bit more about?
Do I know if Pilkip gets out much?
I mean, a persuasion check to have Pilkip. The issue that Elissa is saying is, oh, okay, I'm still with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, you'll still be with us. You know, you're still going to be a part of the group, Elissa. Like, don't.
Oh,
you don't
okay,
have to worry
good.
about that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that you know, like, you know how good I am at swinging my sword, and you know how good a demon is at like throwing his trident and fighting, and you know how good Ianthe is at whatever it is Ianthe does. We had to learn. We had to learn how to do that, and that's something that this is your chance to do that for the better of the group.
Yeah,
But,
that's fine.
yeah.
I'm fine with that as long as I'm with you guys.
You'll be with us. Yeah.
Deception check at this point, I think.
Fuck.
Clearly, there's
Yeah.
a certain point where it just becomes you're just straight up lying to her.
Tishin is walking this line where he's like, "You'll be with us in spirit, if nothing else."
I'm
You'll
aware.
always be-
There's
you'll
no
always
way
be a
this
member of the
5-year-old is
Oh, God. Okay. Oh fuck. All right. The good rolls had to end. Deception. That's a 7.
cool. Okay. I'm rolling a couple of these now. So every time I roll these, the DC is going up because more time and stress has happened. So I'd say we're at about 15. That is another nat 20. She's still good. Incredible. Great.
Jet would say, while you're in school, you don't get to go out too much, but you do get breaks, and you get to go on like field trips. So we would see you during those times. We wouldn't be with you the whole time.
Okay. And you guys get Korean and Sif back.
Jet says
If
who?
Yeah.
If I
yeah.
stay-
Well. Yeah.
I think at that, Elissa looks at you. What are you new? Sif
Yes.
and points at the half giant over at the end who just kind of like is like shackled and just gives a little wave.
Jet nods.
She's like the coolest giant you've ever seen.
Is she wearing the earrings right now?
She is. She's actually, yeah, she is shorter.
He goes, oh, I too know what it's like to be the runt.
Okay. All right. So mom and dad are coming?
I mean, as far as I know, they just said your parents are coming. So, I mean, the good news is Ewolf can stay with you tonight as well. So you're not going to be by yourself.
Where?
But, do you really want to know? It's kind of fun. You're going to be staying in Grienne's old room. Can you believe that?
That's pretty good. Give me a persuasion check with advantage. That's good.
Oh boy. Oh my god. With advantage?
With advantage.
I rolled a 3 and a 4. That 4 is going to turn into a 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
So here, then. That's 1. So here, then.
Yeah. Well, you'll say with my new friend Edna over there. I can introduce you if you're, or Ida. I can introduce you to Ida if you like, if you're ready.
Well, how long am I going to be staying there?
Only like maybe a couple of days. That's only until your parents arrive.
And then I'm at the school.
Well, we got to talk to your parents and convince them to let you in the school. That's why you need to be in the best of shape and well rested to meet with them, so they can see how good you've done and how much you've grown.
What if they say no?
You know, we won't worry about that right now. They're going to say yes, and that's all that matters.
She looks at you all, looks at Ianthe, and goes,
Yeah.
if they decide that they're gonna take me back instead, you're gonna stop them, right?
I will do everything I can to help you. I promise.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Ah, damn it. Okay. 23. I rolled pretty good.
That's pretty good. Great.
Well, and I'm very good at persuasion.
I don't want to go back to Grifton.
I know you don't. I don't want you to go back either. We're going to do everything we can to help. I think
Okay.
hey, it's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. We'll fix it.
Vix used to say to me that there are things in this life that there are things that you can learn to control and things that you need to learn to let go of.
He's very smart.
So do you have control of this then?
I will not let go of this.
Okay. Bran, I'm gonna have to cut you, bud. You keep jumping in and out.
I was gonna say, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take like 5 and just reboot
Okay.
things.
Yeah, if you can just check your connection and stuff. Okay. I'll go with Edna.
Ida.
What?
Her name's Ida.
But Titian said Edna.
I mean, you know my mouth is dumb sometimes. I said it wrong.
Okay, so I trust him now? Points to Jet.
I mean, you can trust all of us, but you know, sometimes I just say things wrong. I guess I don't know. Let's not talk about this right now.
Looks at Jet and just goes, "Your mouth seems like it has a lot of teeth."
Jet does the like smile that's like really Cheshire Cat and hideous, but he's like trying to be nice with it.
Yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't do that. Ugh.
What? Why not? I was told you smile when you want people to feel calm.
You have too many teeth for that.
You're
Close
one of
mouth
the
smile.
teachers at the school that I'm going to?
Yes.
Okay. At this moment, you get like a clear nod from Elissa that gives like the idea of like she's ready. Above board, just because I want to make sure, because we've had some like connection sort of issues tonight. We're at 1 with her. I know you guys don't necessarily know what that means, but I just want to make sure you guys understand that.
I marked it.
Titian is going. I guess Titian will walk her back. I think it would be wise if Ianthe came along. I think Ianthe's the biggest calming presence on.
I feel like Titian starts to maybe lead Elissa away, and she won't let go of Ianthe's hand. So Ianthe's like, "Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
Jet just wants to stay within 30 feet in case he has to cast counterspell.
You got it.
Oh boy.
As long as they're within throwing range, Adim will stay where he is.
I'll face the camera so you guys can see Elissa.
Actually, I lied. When they move, Joe,
Huh.
just in case, can you put me 20 feet to my left?
To your left? Yeah.
Yep.
So now, Jet, you're kind of just standing in your lonesome there, but
I will actually,
I'll just go to
as
the
I
right.
walk by him, I'll kind of like tap him and ask him to come with me.
Okay. I'll go with you.
you got it.
So he's next to me, so I can do my, I can trade place with him if need be.
You got it. Okay. We're looking good, gang. 1 is not bad. So we're we see we see Elissa full just you can tell that she's kind of like she's got a very clear like mean mug on. But that's more of like the idea of like I'm going to make this person who is making me do this life a living hell, as a 5-year-old, not as a extremely powerful magical being. But as she's
But
doing
maybe
this,
aided
also
by that a little bit.
yeah, aided a little bit by that, but yeah, as this is going, you do see like the eyes. I think Adim, like you even see like from behind as Alyssa's hair is like kind of like just like moving a little bit, even though there's like
I'm
no wind.
remembering the Drew Barrymore Firestarter.
Yes, 100% that. Yeah.
I'm like,
I love
okay,
it.
okay.
I should just have switched Alyssa's photo, just being just the kid.
Back to Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
It's Drew Barrymore. as we walk closer, Tishine will introduce Ida as Elissa. This is my friend Auntie Ida. Introducing her as Auntie Ida to hopefully soften it a little bit.
Cool.
Auntie Ida, this is Elissa. She's you can say hello if you'd like to.
Hi. Ida looks and just goes, hello, Elissa. It is very good to meet you, I've heard. You are a very special child. You hear, Ianthe, you hear her say she says something under her breath that Ianthe, I think you pick up as like her just saying like damn straight. But she just seems to be complacent for the most part. Okay. Well, Elissa, I assume they've told you that we're gonna have you stay here for a couple nights. You can still visit your friends all you want. From my understanding, Ewolf will be also staying here. When your parents get here, I've made sure to get all the information, and I'm going to do everything that I can to convince them to allow you to stay here at the alcove. How does that sound to you? We're not really allowed to swear, so fine. Okay. Anyone want to say anything else, or do we want to finish this exchange?
I think Tishine will... I feel like I've hogged a lot of this first part, so Tishine will just simply try to communicate to Ida. I'll be sure you have a really hefty dessert tonight for her, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And we will... then he'll just say goodbye to Elissa. And then I think he won't go fully back to where Demas. He'll just sort of step aside for Ianthe to do what she wants to do. Well, Tishine will step aside and wait for Grianne and Sif to come over to him, I imagine.
Yeah, I think at this point, Sif will be brought over. I'm gonna say, Ianthe, give me an insight check with advantage.
Insight is 16.
16, cool. The 16, you notice Elissa. 16's good. Hold on. I mean, just want to be fair on this. Okay, great. Thank you, Di. Elissa seemed to really have a problem with hearing chains clanking. Like, as a representation of being trapped. In this moment, you see Ida kind of like, of course, and goes to start to kind of like look back at whoever's holding Sif, and is like motioning for Sif to come forward. But you know, in this moment, Sif would be coming forward with chains clanking.
I thought I talked
as Ida has the key.
Oh, I thought I talked to Ida to go ahead and take them off of Grian and Sif earlier on.
You just said Grian.
Oh. Okay.
Do you mind removing those from her? I don't think it's entirely fair that she's still chained like that.
Of course. I'm just having her come over so that I can do that. I think she doesn't get what you're. So Sif is going to be coming over for Ida to take the chains off. Yeah.
No, I think you need to go to her. It's upsetting to see her like that. For both of us.
I think Green's gonna look at Ida and just kind of like make like a slight head nod toward Elissa. Not say anything, but just like a.
Mm-hmm. I see. How about this? And you see her take the key off and then just toss it to the person that was holding Sif. So they catch it and just get like a questioning look, and she just kind of like motions to just do it. Unlocks Sif, just shing, and the chains fall to the ground. Sif kind of rubs her wrists, and she comes
and I'll lean down to Elissa. There, see? She's okay. She's fine.
I'm gonna roll a perception check for Elissa. That is a 19. 19 on the die, so say 22. Grian, you see in this one, I think you see it about the same time as Elissa is noticing on this. You see that when she was breaking through, the manacles were making marks on her wrist and then just busted open. So in this moment, you see there are bruises on her wrists. For Sif, wouldn't think twice of it. Unfortunately, I rolled a 19.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
The one time.
Why is her wrist bruised? Why are her wrists bruised? What did you do?
Oh, that's probably from when we were here earlier. The room was it was anti-magic, so her earrings stopped working, and it was actually really funny to watch her get really big in the small room, and she just bust out of them. Her other
persuasion
ones,
check.
not these ones. That's gonna be a 6.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Do you have inspiration or anything?
Do you have an inspiration?
I do.
You might want to use it.
Burn it. Ah, much better, much better. That's a 22.
22. Cool. They 22 shoes. Oh, okay. And yeah, Sif comes over and is like, yeah, it's
Shows her
totally
she's-
okay. Look, I'm fine. I'm good. Okay.
I'm curious, is Ida's reaction changing at all as she sees like a half storm giant and relatively powerful adventurers trying to calm this young child down, and the clear concern that she's going to blow something up?
I think so. Yeah, I rolled for it. One of the things that is and I'll say that would definitely give advantage on this. Yeah, cool. Yeah, she's definitely clocking this. Like
As long as she's noticing it, that's all.
yeah, the advantage to this is seeing a kid with like fire eyes come up. And seeing in this moment, like I would say, like it went. I would say, like mechanically speaking, it was a 2 and it went back down to a 1. So like she like. I think there was a moment where like the everything around her started to you start to notice like not necessarily smoke, but like that sort of thing where you see like you see heat coming off where everything going through it looks like it's kind of wavy. That's what you started to kind of see with Elissa in this moment, but then you saw it kind of come back down after you were able to convince after Green was able to convince what actually happened. Yes, Elissa, we meant no harm to these people at all. We just want, as everyone here, wants what's best for you. All right. What do we do now? Do we...
Well, it's pretty late. I think you should go inside and go to bed. We'll come by in the morning.
You said
to the
cake.
bakery. I don't think any are open right now. It's the middle of the night. I'll come by in the morning. I'll come by in the morning. We'll find a bakery and buy everything they have. But now,
In the morning.
I want you to go get some rest. I'll be by first thing in the morning. But I want you to sleep tonight.
Is she gonna get arrested when she comes in? And you see Ada just go, of course not. Absolutely not. And Ewolf looks at the rest of you. Ewolf will be here later tonight, so you'll see him in the morning when you wake up.
I'll bring him with me.
Okay. Ianthe, there's a moment where Ida looks at you and you see just her mouthing the words, "Thank you." What is your response, if any?
I was going to say something to her, but I wanted to wait till Elissa was out of earshot.
You could message her.
Yeah, you could message her if you want, or or we can kind of continue to let this scene play out and like say like you kind of like make a head motion to be like, look at me.
Yeah,
for a second.
I'll just like really stiffly nod at her, just like, mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like make it clear, like, I'm doing this for her, not for you.
Right. Okay. Well, Elissa, maybe you should, I can have you meet some of the gang. Looks back at everybody who's still, some of which still have like bows and just like a full like, okay, gang, now you can like for real put them away. And you see them like kind of like just I think there's a moment where Elissa goes, I can still see them. They're on their, it's just on their backs. Right. Right. Yes. Okay. Well, feel free to say good night. You see Elissa turn to you all. I'm gonna roll something here. And this can't be bad. Worst it can be is 0. Okay. There's a very weird moment here where Elissa is still upset. She's still, there's like a, there's something, and actually I would say, I would like everybody here to roll an Arcana check for me.
Yeah.
There's that bad roll. 7.
Dean Stranger got an 18.
Tishing got an 18.
I will say the
Very
DC is
good.
20 for this. This would be very hard to notice.
That was a 19 plus 8.
There it is. Jet, you're
My one
aware
good
that
skill.
you're aware that this kid is 100% more than meets the eye. When Elissa turns back to look at everybody, you notice that, well, I'd say for the most part, everybody notices this. You see that there's a weird sort of like very like quick like puffs of like steam coming off of Alyssa's eyes, but they're extremely quick and they're very small. I'd say for those that rolled above 15, you recognize that like Elissa is crying, but Alyssa's tears are just immediately evaporating. So it's just full salty face. Jet, you're seeing something that I think tells you that what she's experiencing magically might be fueled by her emotions, but is not directly connected to her emotions. In this moment, you get the idea that there is emotions against emotions. Being upset can mean that you're angry and that you're sad at the same time. These are two competing different emotions existing in the same body at once.
Similar to me and Codex, right?
Yeah, I would say that's a similarity there. Yeah, for sure.
Jet does his nasty, toothy smile and nods.
Okay.
Towards it.
The rest of you don't pick that up. Okay. I'll see you in the morning.
Go get some rest. And we'll be back. I'll see you in the morning.
Elissa goes and hugs you, and I'd say, Ianthe, there's a moment where you can tell that she's not going to let go until you like pat her arm or something, to give her that sort of like, okay, it's time.
It's okay. It's okay.
Looks at Titian, and your tail's still moving.
It always does that when I'm a little sad, but it's okay. It's okay to be a little sad. Good night. Titian, I don't think Titian will go in for the hug. I think Titian will just sort of try to pat her on top of the head.
Cool. She like, I think she does like a thing where she like grabs your hand and like tries to like push it away as like a like, don't do that, but it's like a very like playful sort of like, don't treat me like a kid sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm
like,
annoyed by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figure it was like, because we haven't really done it in session, but like Titian's probably been doing that the whole time she's been here.
I love it.
Like,
Yeah, and
that
every
sort of
time
thing.
it's the same response. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Looks at Grian. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Listen, Auntie Ida, she's helped raise me when I was your age. She makes a really good breakfast. Trust me, I've eaten plenty. She's a very kind lady. She's the only family I have left, actually. But if you ever need us, and he's gonna pull the stone out of his pocket and hand it to her to be like, if you ever need us, Just hold this and ask for us, okay? And we'll be there.
Takes it. Okay.
And he'll
Thank you.
give her a hug and take whatever
She
burn
hugs her back.
damage it's gonna take.
I'd say definitely from the giving the stone, there's no burn damage. You see that she's more wet eye than fire eye. In this moment, we'll say.
I think Korean's gonna just like hug her and like kind of grab the back of her head, and then as he like lets go, he'll like kiss the top of her forehead. Just be like, "You got some good sleep, okay? Make sure she gives you the big bed."
Okay. We'll give Ewolf the small bed.
That's perfect.
Have him sleep by the door or something.
On the floor too, if you can manage it.
On the floor. Ida is going to take this opportunity to try. It's going to try to chime in and just go. We can take the bed out if that's funnier. You see Elissa look at her and like clearly like, you don't get the joke. Like there's a moment of like, it's just like Alyssa's like, don't. And Ida's like, all right, okay, I tried.
Tough crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say with that, you guys are in the clear mechanically and roleplay wise as she goes back with Ida.
So as Elissa walks in, and as soon as I think she's out of earshot, I'm going to grab Ida by the arm. Maybe a little rougher than needed.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, great. You see a couple of the figures that are there are watching like Elissa, and their eyes dart to you and Ida, and you see like a hand kind of go back on a couple of them, and you see Ida just kind of like,
A word to the wise. You harmed her friend and paraded 2 of them in front of her in chains. You're not off to a good start, and she doesn't trust you. Tread very carefully. I'll be back in the morning.
very well, Miss.
Doesn't matter.
Take that moment you turn back.
Yep.
Ida kind of watches you go for a second and turns back in. Walks back in.
Ewolf is supposed to come tonight, right? Or is he coming in the morning?
I can't
Up to you
remember if
guys.
we left him at the spire or not.
We did.
You left him at the spire. You did.
Okay,
So yeah.
I'll bring him back in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, either one, or you can tell him to go, and he'll just go.
I was gonna
like
suggest.
That's like,
I was gonna ask Ida to like take Dirt with us, so he can take Ewolf back since it's like 11 p.m.
works,
now
yeah.
in Dare's Wharf. So one person walking back isn't gonna be great. But if we're gonna send him in the
persuasion
morning,
check.
that's fine.
persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
Cool. If it makes more sense to have your man come meet us in the morning, I can do that.
I think it's safer.
I agree.
You know these streets, yeah.
All right, Green. I assume there was some more conversation to be had at some point, so please feel free to stop by anytime.
I will. And he'll lean down to hug her.
She gives you kind of that.
Yeah, 'cause
she
she's
gives you
taller, she's a dwarf,
two
yeah.
like she gives you like 2 quick pats I rolled a 3 and a 5 on her being able to control her strength in that. Grian, you immediately have to like take a step forward. Like you almost kind of fall down to the ground. She is very strong. Okay. You all right?
Yeah. I mean, bite my tongue on this one. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be good.
Okay. Kind of just gives a quick like kind of nod to Jet and Adim, and with that, you guys are good to head back. We'll say as you will be closing this night out. Before we do that, we're gonna take our 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. All right. So, as we see our heroes coming back from that event, eventually you catch up with Daphne and Missing, who are just sitting and kind of waiting. They ask what happened. You can feel. We don't necessarily have to RP that, but you can say that you just fill them in. But anything you guys want to RP on the way back, you certainly can.
Jet would just bring up Pilkip and say he's the perfect person for her to be with.
I think as they're walking back, Tishian is trying to engage with, with Grianne, from the standpoint of like, hey, how you doing? Did you get fed in there? I got some rat meat right here. I can give you if you want some. If you're hungry.
No, it's okay. I had stale bar food, which is probably still leagues above rat meat. No offense.
Probably, you probably need a drink though, right? Like, here, and Tishian's gonna pull out and like he's like, here's some swill for you. You can take a swig off of.
He's probably gonna do the thing where he just like flicks the cap and it spins off, and he just takes a couple drinks.
Awesome.
Y'all could definitely use that.
Oh, I can too. All right.
It wasn't bad. It was a surprise.
So how did they find out about Elissa? Have they been watching us or?
So we went there to stay the night, and Ida wasn't quite thrilled to hear of our exploits in the bar.
Mm-hmm. No, the bar fight?
Yeah, no, she wasn't. She didn't appreciate that at all.
Typical compass. That's missing.
Yeah, well, you also scared away the guy I was hitting on, so I guess we're 1 for 1.
I was attacked. Sorry.
He came through as soon as you came through the bar. He was gone. But Sif brought up, well, is it okay if we stay here? And also our adopted daughter. And when she asked for her name, her wanted poster came up, or missing child poster came up. So.
Oh. Wow, that's a really crappy coincidence then, huh?
I mean, when you think about what they do for the, like, when you think about what their whole purpose is, it makes sense.
So are you like a part of the compass, or like
so my
she
parents,
said she was your aunt and stuff like that, though?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not biologically, but my parents used to, and even me, after they died, used to find work through the compass. They're good at like being able to get you a job if you need one, bounties, if you need that. So I kind of grew up there, because that's kind of how my parents made money. My adoptive parents, anyways. And so, yeah, she would watch me, raise me there. So it's kind of like a second home. I haven't been back in quite some time. It's a long way across this continent, as I'm sure you all know.
Sif looks around and goes, and so what do they do? Because above board, I don't think that's ever been said in roleplay.
Like, what do they do?
Yeah, what do the compass do is what Sif's asking.
Yeah, what gives them the right to order us around like that? Who are they?
I mean, they're a place to go to find work.
I mean, no offense, but so is a like meat cart. You can find work many different ways, but what do they do?
They find jobs for adventurers. I mean, that's pretty much that. Like my parents would often take jobs, right? Of like, oh, go find this person, or like, these people need you to slay this beast that's terrorizing their town. Like, and I mean, the last mission they took was to find an object of immense power in the town that they were murdered in. But
Hold
so
on.
it's not always
You
a happy ending. But yeah, I mean, they made some good money that way. I made some good money that way.
Well, you say your parents died looking for an object of immense power?
Yeah. Nothing like what we're looking for.
Well, what were
far.
they looking for?
There was a meteorite that fell from the sky, and
Can I throw an insight check against Grianne to see if he's like searching for things to tell us outside of like what the truth is?
First of all, what I do
Yeah,
on Google is my
I'm gonna-
own business, okay?
I'm gonna ask that Matt, because I feel where you're coming from, but I want to make sure, because I
Yeah.
think this is, I'm trying to think of a fair and safe way to say this. I'd say
Mhm.
let them finish what they're saying before asking for that,
Sure.
if that's fair.
Absolutely. I heard. Yeah, heard.
No worries. Yeah, and with all the love in the world.
Or maybe ask, so it gives me more time to pull up my backstory. That's fine.
No, I don't want it. I definitely don't want it to feel. I'm just trying to fill in.
No,
Like, I'm trying to provide you an RP moment. I am
Yeah.
not. I'm not trying to grill you. That's 100% not my intention.
No, that's totally fine. If my Google Doc would pull up, I could tell you a lot more.
At this moment, Daphne just like looks at Titian and just goes, "Damn, Titian, wow, that's
I know.
hot to ask someone."
I got great arms. I know. It's awesome.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
There
What?
was I don't know, it's fine. There were these rumors of this this town that had been hit by a falling star, and some shit was granting them power to do stuff from it. So my parents took up the job provided by the compass to go retrieve it, retrieve them, and someone else wanted it way more than my parents could protect it. And so they died.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
I mean, the entire town burning down, being razed to the ground, and genociding an entire city isn't necessarily like my parents dying in comparison. That's not that great, but I appreciate your sympathies.
How long ago was
Small-
this?
Small
Small
point of
town.
order. Yeah, like village.
Yeah, it's like a village.
Yep.
Let's try not to repeat
When
words.
was this?
All good.
but, probably about 4 years ago.
And you've just been on your own ever since.
Yeah. I've taken the odd job here to, eventually people pay good money for an SMR. But I'm here now, and we'll be here. It's actually when you guys found me. That was the last job or I guess the last thing from the compass that I got. I had the connection with
I remember that.
Dr. Karan, and he sent me on a mission to go find the spyglass and going to pull it out. And now I have it, but now
I hate
he's dead.
information about.
So,
So just a bunch of dead ends all around, I guess.
yep. But until I find my birth parents, which is something that my adoptive mom encouraged me to do as she died. I am here with you guys. Yeah. It also probably wouldn't be great to tell you that, like, my now ex-boyfriend sort of murdered them, and his brothers and them sort of murdered them.
Oh, we've met.
Yeah, you guys met them. Yeah, it's yeah.
Them, I remember.
Yeah. But anyways, that's what the compass does. It helps to provide jobs. Clearly, they do something I'm not clear about. So, kind of illusion shattered.
I mean,
Hi,
knowing
I'm Jet.
is
Nice to
one-
meet you.
Hi, I'm Greer. Nice to meet you too.
Oh! Wow, we are just the worst. Green, Sif, this is Jet. He helped us find you.
And something about you working at the school here?
Yeah, I've been at
I
the
wasn't
alcove
clear
for a
about
couple
that.
years. I think 3. I've been working.
Have you always lived?
Teaching. Here? No.
Have you always lived here?
No, I'm from the Pyre.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a mountain range. Whoa.
Joe said he was jumping back in.
Oh, okay.
So, what brought you to Dyer's Wharf? Then?
Oh, that's a very long story. I graduated from the Ludus after leaving my family, and then I was way too ambitious, got cursed, beaten, and ended up in Dyer's Wharf.
Wow, you told that long story very succinctly.
Right? That was quite precise.
I did my best.
I have loads of follow-up questions.
Sure.
Cursed?
Right? That was my question.
We'll start there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely cursed. Well, I think I'm cursed. Most people might see it as a blessing. And he pulls out the codex, which is his spell book, and it just floats around.
Oh. Oh, that's a fun trick.
Does it like smack you in the face or something?
All the
Or-
time, and it's constantly
Smack other
screaming
people?
in my head. Yeah, one time when I first got here, some ruffians decided to rob me, and they took the book,
Oh no.
and then it beat them almost to death.
Well, that's a shame.
I didn't know books could do that.
Well, it's got the soul of some thing in it.
Thing like a person.
Used to be.
Something evil? Is it evil?
I
Should we
think
be
so.
worried? Should we be worried?
Should you be worried? Probably not. I can keep it in control for the most part.
I'm gonna look at Green. That's not a no.
I mean,
I'm so sorry, gang. I think, man, it's good right now. We'll see if it sticks around, but if it doesn't, I'm going to probably restart my whole computer. You guys should still be good to be able to kind of run in. So if you see me leave, just keep on going. But we might be good now.
I
I don't
lost
know.
track of what we were doing.
right. Okay, so you're hanging out with the gang now, or were you just here to kind of like help with negotiations?
Well, I was recruited, and then I found out you were kidnappers, and then I met Elissa,
Theme of the night.
and now I feel obligated.
To be fair, I don't think that is an entirely accurate term. I mean, by strictest definition, maybe, but we just wanted to help.
So you're with us just because then?
Well, I assume there's some sort of payment, but I don't know. I kind of don't like money.
What do you
Right,
like,
you're with the right
then?
people then.
Right, fuck.
I like
like you robbed a
secrets,
bank.
and he like puts his hands together and he's like, I like secrets.
Oh, you
and
definitely. Oh,
knowledge."
you're definitely with the right people then.
I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot of secrets. As long as you just ask me, I'll tell you.
Well, you told
Yeah, but we
me,
learn
so
a lot
now
of
I told you.
secrets.
It's trade.
We learn
That's
a
how I get
secret.
by in the city. They call me the bookworm.
Like with a
Well,
Y
like-
or with an O?
I was gonna ask that.
He doesn't answer. He does not answer that question.
Like,
He goes,
I know
"Yeah,
I
just
didn't have
bookworm."
a lot of schooling, but
So, what's the most interesting secret you ever heard?
I have a very valuable secret.
About who?
It's not about who, but it's about where. What do you have to trade for it?
You first.
That's not how this works.
Damn it.
I know the value of my secret.
it depends. Where is it about? Just need to know if it's worth it.
It's about the land of the dead.
Did we go there? Is that where we
Yeah,
went?
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Our friend
Alright.
also died there, but it's all good.
I don't think we're talking about the same place.
I mean, I got a secret about a special land that I could tell you, and trade. Secret about a land for a land.
Okay.
All right, but you go first.
That's not how it works.
We're at a stalemate. Then how does this work? Do you want to write it on a piece of paper and then you write?
Both of you tell me the secret, and I will say it out loud.
That's not how it works
So-
either.
When Deem is bored, he's gonna go get a drink.
Dave, you can't just walk off in the middle of the night in Dyer's Wharf.
Oh, that's not safe.
I was walking with Vesper all night. No, you didn't accompany me.
I don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
Again, alone is the key word to the
Do you
sentence.
want to know who that is, Jed? What will you give me for it?
Oh.
Not worth it. Anyway, I'm gonna get a drink. If it took you that long to figure out what you know, you don't know much.
You know, it's a shame we
Oh.
can't get to that wedding tomorrow. I feel like that'd be fun.
2 days.
2 days.
I'm going.
Was it 2 days?
Not tomorrow.
You're going to the wedding?
You
Yes.
wait, you're going to the wedding?
How did you get?
It's a secret.
This is not. This game is getting really boring.
Isn't this how you play?
Grian's gonna take the swirl from Tishian's hand and just like take a drink. Just, like,
This is how we play.
So, I was invited by Vesper.
Ooh.
Our date went well, and she invited me to accompany her. And I said if I was still in town, I would go.
Oh, your date went well, did it?
It did.
Well, I guess good news is we'll still be here.
Looks like it.
Wait, so you're dating that woman?
I assume that's Daphne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I say, we did go on a date, and we might go on another.
That would be considered dating.
Is this a
Going on
Um,
multiple
Being older
dates.
sister problem that I'm going to have now?
You're dating her on purpose.
No, I was talking to Daphne, not you.
What?
I said I was talking to Daphne, not you. When I said the older sister thing, the disapproving older
Oh.
sister thing. I'm dating her on purpose. Well, you can ask our sister about why I'm dating her.
Ianthe, why is Adim dating that bitch?
She was very nice.
That's why. And she likes him, and he likes her, and they're two adults who can make their own decisions, I think.
And she wanted a discount at the dress shop and suggested that.
Oh, that too. I did also.
Uh,
Why didn't you say
Out on
total expression. Just, oh, why didn't you say so? Okay,
Well,
great.
no, that's what started it. I had a rather nice evening, and I fully intend to enjoy myself if I go to this wedding if we're in town. She seemed like a wonderful young lady. Just like you do sometimes, Daphne.
All right, I can't. It's
Another
so
swing.
hot and cold. It's so. Just I want to, but you. Just hard. Okay. Just looks up.
A team is completely straight faced on me. He's not laughing.
Yeah. Well.
Well, this was fun. Where are we going to drink?
I've already started.
I'm not
I
drinking
mean,
that.
I got enough to just get us through the night. But I guess if you don't want what I got, which is free for you, my friend, should we just go back to the Blackwater Banshee? Again,
Sure.
that seems to be
They
the.
call that rot gut for a reason. Let's go to the Blackwater Banshee.
My guts aren't rotten, but okay.
You guys head back to Blackwater Bunch. At this point, midnight. But you guys get there.
I would have gone back to the spire.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
gonna say I'm gonna need at least 8 hours of sleep. So
You got it. Cool.
I guess Jack goes back to the archives.
I know. Where does Jet go? Yeah, I mean, Jet, you have a. I'd say you probably have a. It's funny, we actually never established this. I think you have like a 1-bedroom apartment that is so close to the Cloud District, might as well say it's in the Cloud District. But it's very like rundown.
Oh, and it's covered in dust. He never sleeps there. He just sleeps in the archives.
Great, cool. I would say, yeah, if you want to sleep in the archives, you certainly can do that. Well, yeah. Why not? That's great. Wherever you want to sleep. So Jet and Ianthe and Grian go back. So that leaves Adim, Tishian. I'm gonna roll to see if Daphne and Missing join you. So this is, let's do this. We'll do this as this is Missing. Missing's down. Daphne's not. So Missing goes. Well, I don't know if my presence has been fully established there yet. So yeah, let's establish it. As you see this person who clearly has an ulterior motive to just getting drunk and being at a bar, like decides to join you.
Everything.
There's like a full killjoy moment of Missing joining you guys.
I'd have more fun with Daphne.
Yep.
Tishian
Daphne
is
is just, yeah.
Tishian is excited for Missing. He's kind of happy. He was like kind of hoping Missing would come out with him. So he's like, yeah,
Cool.
awesome.
All right. Well, let's head in, and we'll say in that moment you guys head in. So coming back, Ianthe and Grian, you guys are, as soon as you come back, we'll kind of start with you guys. As Ewolf is like kind of like sitting in his like spot on the cot, just like arms folded, just waiting. As soon as the door opens, you see him just, okay. You see there's a moment of like a very mixed feeling on seeing Grian.
It went okay. Not as great as we would have hoped, but Elissa's gonna stay with the compass for a bit. We thought maybe in the morning you'd go over and stay with her. And her parents are on the way here.
And that's the bad news.
I don't. Okay. So, all right. So we're lying low for now. It's fine.
now.
We just eventually I'll make sure that I go over there in the morning. I mean, I can go now.
No,
I
don't
think
go
it's
now.
cold.
It's
Not safe.
Okay.
it's
All right.
not
I'll
safe.
go in the morning, first thing,
Okay,
and then
in the
I'll.
I told
do
her
some
that you and I would
rec-
come by first thing.
Okay. I'll do some recognizance and just make sure I understand what their weaknesses are, and just see if there's a way to be able to kind of break her
We're
out
not
from
going
the
to capture
inside.
We're not
What?
going to do that. I'm not going to endanger her like that. We're going to regroup and figure out where to go from here. But I don't think breaking her out is the way to do it. I mean, Green, you know, I would have assumed if it was easy to get out of, you and Sif would have just left. Am I wrong?
Fully thinking back to the giant hole in the wall.
Yeah, there's a
Oh.
cutscene where it goes back to where there's just a giant hole and you just see Grian
Wait.
just, I think, like playing
Has like a-
solitaire with Sif. It's just
Oh,
a
God.
full on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more complicated to get in and out of there, for sure. But I mean, the plan stands that they are going to try and convince her parents to let her live abroad at boarding school. To-
You guys are doing a really good job at not entirely lying, but not telling a truth that needs to be said. Not abroad.
I mean, it's
Boarding
not home.
school.
It's not home. It's not like a boarding
Fair,
school at home.
fair,
It is
fair.
abroad.
But like,
Yeah, it's
like
abroad from
Switzerland.
them.
Yeah, it's abroad.
it's abroad from them. Sure. Okay.
like in
fair enough.
Switzerland.
Fair enough.
Swiss boarding school. But if they can't convince them, they're probably going to take her home. And then at that point, if you want to re-kidnap her, it's on the table.
If I want to.
Oh, I'll help you.
Right, no, like the group.
I'm not letting her go back.
You let her.
I protected her.
Okay. Okay. First thing in the morning, I'm going
That's
with her
like-
without you.
We're going. I promised her dessert.
I rolled a 2. He does not acknowledge that at all.
I mean, if you wanted to talk to her, you could. Rules work both ways.
I don't think I would have anything that would be helpful for her in this
I told her to
instance.
get some rest. So if we're lucky, all she's doing is sleeping. We'll be there when she gets up in the morning.
Where?
We'll
Where
go
is she
from there.
sleeping?
She's at the compass. She's in Grian's old room.
Do you know this for a fact?
I watched her
Nice.
walk in the door.
Look, they're very reliable people. They're very lawful, neutral type people. They'll keep their word. And come hell or high water, Ada will protect her.
Did it freeze?
I think so.
It looks like he froze.
Dang it! I was just.
I'm trying very hard not to be like, yeah, it's my aunt, and him be like, excuse me.
The wait, what now?
Yeah. So, yeah. But I'm serious. If Jet gets me that
might.
book, I have Eyes of the Runekeeper, so I can just read whatever writing exists. I think within reason, but
What book is that?
primordial should be.
I mean,
easy.
out
Book
of
on
character.
creation.
Out of character. Oh, that book. I thought you meant his book, the Codex. I'm like, it's
Oh.
You could have codex
authentic
anytime you want.
creature.
You can take
No, I'm
it. Just
good.
keep it.
Will he let us?
Right?
Oh, every time I
Like,
throw
can
him in
we?
the fireplace, he just pops back up.
He just comes back. I hate when the evil books I throw away come back.
It's like a lich trapped inside of a dog. It just keeps coming back, giving me terrible ideas.
Guys, what if Danzig is secretly a lich?
Oh my.
That'd be amazing. You know, we're still just kind of like traverse the city with Danzig. Yeah.
What are we?
It is what
I
it
can only
is.
polymorph so much.
Jet has his dog out right now. That's why he's not scared to walk around in the city. He's got his little private dog or whatever.
He's got
Faithful
who's
hound.
that? Big dog privilege.
Yeah, it's just it's a completely invisible Saint Bernard that attacks anything that gets close.
Okay, sorry about that, gang. I don't know why
It's all good.
internet's giving me crap today. So to finish that conversation, just Green just goes, she's not going back.
No.
No. We all would prefer that she doesn't go back.
I didn't want her to go back before. I certainly don't want her to go back now. I don't know why. I don't know why that would have changed.
Do you think you being there when her parents get here would help or hinder the situation?
I don't.
Do they like you?
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not leaving her side. That was the deal. That was the deal I made with you guys.
And that's why they're gonna put you up on the floor. There.
That's why we're going back in the morning. I want you there with her. I've told you that I trust you, and I think we all do, and we trust you to keep her safe. But you have to trust us that we're trying to do the right thing. Can you do that?
Give me a persuasion check. DC 20. I've made some very bad rolls for him.
Boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. I gotta roll a 12. Yeah. 23.
23. I can do that. For now.
Okay. I guess I'll take it.
I need some air. You see him walk out. As he walks out, I think there's a moment where, like, the door, he opens the door and, like, almost hits Finn in the face as Finn is just grabs it, kind of comes back in. Everything okay?
It's fine. And I'm gonna like stomp upstairs.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I love that idea, but there's no upstairs. You're already here. Unless you want to say that you're in that sort of like first floor sort of thing.
Oh, that's
go
what I
all the way
thought
up
we
the stairs.
were.
I unfortunately there's only one floor once you get up to that tower, besides like up to the where the thing is. So yeah, that's fine. That doesn't make that big of a difference for him to be.
I'll go
right
up to
there.
the top.
You go up to the top. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mad.
As the door slams shut, and it's just Finn and Grian and Sif. You hear Finn just kind of. She going upstairs?
You know, there's sometimes you just can't reason with her, and she just gets mad and blind and sets her mind to that, and she just kind of goes. And you just let her.
Right. Unfortunately, I can't do that. There's a lot of delicate things up there. Excuse me. And just like goes and tries to like catch up with you, IFE. I don't know if Finn knows your name. Does Finn know your actual name?
Oh, that's such a good question. I truly cannot remember.
That's right. We'll say for now, IFE.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say if I had given him a fake name, I would have corrected him.
Okay, cool. I think so.
Daphne at one point.
I think.
What? Sorry. I thought you would.
It's okay.
Coming
It's
to
okay.
argue some more.
You know what? Let me just. I need to. The door's locked up there, so I will open it for you.
Oh. Sorry, I just needed some air.
It's okay. It's a good place to have that. You see him open the door, and yeah, I think in this moment, as there's glass all around, you can hear the like whooshing sort of sound of the wind kind of going to the seaside. Notice there's a couple holes where it comes in. You can definitely feel like there's more air up here.
And this is where the anger subsides a little bit, and she remembers that she's afraid of heights.
Incredible. Yeah, because it's very lighthouse like designed up front. The back, there's like a sort of like brick wall sort of space there because there's no reason for that to be there, and that's like where you would like meditate and whatnot. But yeah, up front it's quite the view, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Has anyone ever fallen from here?
I don't know what he just rolled, but
I'm
gonna fall.
I don't want to tell you. Remind me. I'll come back to it later. Has anyone fallen from here? Well, I'm sure before the glass was spilt, it was certainly possible. Now it'd be difficult. I mean, there's a door to the balcony outside if you want me to.
No. I'll stay inside where it's safe.
Anything you want to talk about?
What do you do when you're just trying to do the right thing and the world just seems to not let that happen? I want to do the right thing by Elissa, but the right thing isn't necessarily the lawful thing. And no one cares that what's best for her is not in Grifton. I'm scared for her. I'm scared for us. And it just seems like no matter what I do, it's the wrong decision. And I just want something to be right for once.
You've been here for how long? A couple days now.
Something like that.
I assume you've walked through enough streets to see some of the most needful souls in Desworth.
Yes.
You see him walk over to the side where like the glass panels just end, and you can see that there's like, you can see a little bit of the street actually going out towards the takes where there's the docks. And you notice there's still, even though it's midnight, there's a few stragglers out there that are still just walking around. You see him looking out that side and just go, I have been in this city for years. And having one clear task that is presented to me to help mend the cuts and scrapes and lives that I've taken from people in a previous life. And that is my burden to bear. I'm gladly bearing it. But it is very hard sometimes to continue. Because I am one man. Possibly the only person in Dare's Wharf that
Yow!
Bad timing.
So bad.
I wonder what's going on with his system tonight. Usually he's not the one
I don't
to
know.
pop in.
The only
out.
person to what? The only person to what?
I wonder if it's because of the eclipse. I was so hoping our internet would go out because of the eclipse.
Why?
I work from home.
Oh, okay.
No internet, no work.
It was just a wasted day at school, so.
Oh, ours all canceled for the day.
Well, we had school, but like my classes, they take place during the eclipse. So I was like, there's no point. So I had pre-bought all the proper glasses, and I'm like, just let's go talk about the eclipse, even though I'm not a science teacher. I know enough about it to, so.
I slept right through it. I got off work at 8
You were
a.m.
like in
that
the line
morning.
of totality too, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, you know what?
So
I got off at 8 a.m., worked 12 hours. I was like, it's time. I'm going home. I'm going to bed.
It's like I
That's fair.
didn't really see it. I think we had like a 30% coverage or something smaller than that. I
Yeah, I
thought
was at 61.
Kayla
So
got
good.
really good pictures, so I'm happy that
She
she
did.
was able to share that with us because
Mm-hmm.
I tried looking directly at the sun and that was fun.
Ow.
Do you think he's coming back?
I don't know.
I would say that if he wasn't going to, he'd say something on Discord.
Yeah,
I know that he said he was going to
it.
reboot his system.
Yeah.
Okay, we also have the chance here to like sync up with UA because they're already on tomorrow morning. So right now,
How did that happen?
They
How
literally
did they
were like,
us?
they're like, oh, we're going to sleep, and Joe's like, congratulations, you made it to the next day. I was like, okay, cool. So we just have to go to sleep.
Well, no.
Well,
wake
and
up. That's it.
I would say, even though like me and Nadeem are at a bar, I'm still wanting a long rest. So like, I think
same here. Like, I'm not staying out all night. I was just role playing. Like after that, Nadeem needs a drink, and now he's gonna go back and go to sleep.
It's already midnight, so keep your.
And I swear, if our sister goes to Vesper and ruins this,
I don't think she will.
So sorry, gang. Anybody else having issues with any issues with EV Mux, or is it just me?
I think it's just
I haven't noticed anything.
When I logged back in, I had some issues, but after that,
yeah, my only issue is
when
the screen below you doesn't fit in, but there's like me and that one other person in another game that it happens to, and that's it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Sorry about that, gang. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, no. It's not just that. It's just Discord too. So I don't know what's going on. Apologies. Sorry.
The eclipse. It broke everything.
That's what it was. So cutting back to this moment, I guess. Back to the monologue. I think there's a moment as you're looking out with Finn, as he sorry, I'm trying to regulate this. Okay, cool. As he's being one man in a city that could be more, could do more. The people that there are people that have all the power. And responsibility to make Dare's Wharf better for the real people of Dare's Wharf, and for reasons they choose to do nothing. I mention this only to let you know I understand what it's like to go up against something that you know is wrong. But all you can do is to try your best to not play things their way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've been given this burden.
Thank you. where you have to.
I think one of us deserves it more than the other. I must admit, part of the reason coming up here was to make sure that you didn't break anything. But I believe you just need to be alone. And that's fine.
I do. Thank you.
I'll be downstairs if you need anything.
Thank you.
He leaves, shuts the door. Ianthe. Your thoughts might not be here necessarily, but where are you standing? Where are your eyes leaning towards? Even if you're not seeing where you are.
I mean, I'm definitely not close to like an edge. I'm like huddled. Probably looking more towards the ocean.
Okay.
Just like way out on the horizon. Or let me ask this. Where's the moon?
The moon is out towards the sea.
Yeah. Then that's where I'm at. I'm looking at the moon. Out at the sea.
You see it's a half moon. Roll me a religion check.
13.
You take a long while to be alone in your thoughts. Is there anything you'd want to share that Ianthe's thinking about right now?
I think she starts off and she's just super angry about everything that happened. She's really mad at Ewolf. She's probably a little mad at Daphne. And I think she's just kind of letting the anger build. And then kind of like letting herself feel it, like sinking down into it before she lets it go. But I don't think she's there yet. She's just kind of letting it build right now.
Okay. In this quiet moment, it is distracting as you are looking out at the moon and seeing this figure that you are silhouetted against that is glowing a very, very deep bluish green. As it is a lighthouse, and it is being a lighthouse in this moment. So as you're facing away from the light, you hear a voice say to you, "Sometimes it's good to be who you really want to be.
I don't want to be like you. I don't want that.
No one asked you to be like me. But you don't need to pretend that you're them.
I don't want to be like them either.
I met someone recently who also denied being like them. I think in a way, you have a lot in common.
Who is it?
Not yet, but soon. Soon.
Fine.
And in that moment, you feel this, whatever tether you have starts to pull away. And you come back.
Grab my necklace.
You are immediately instinctively taking a step back as you are right up against the glass. And you're not sure how you got there.
I need to get down. And I'm gonna find the stairs.
You rush.
I'm-
The camera stays fixed as you rush out to the door, and you see the lighthouse. The light starts to poof away. It continues on. We'll pause you there. Back at the bar. As you were all collecting in the Blackwater Banshee, there is trying to find it here. Sorry, oh, I had it somewhere. No, whatever. I guess I'll just do this one for now. I definitely had more than this, but whatever. As we look at Adim, Tishian, and Missing at the bar has collected a significant amount of people in the time that you guys have left. It is now back to being a full bar. There are why is it not working? There we go. There are people that are moving in and out. You see that is it Yaz? Is that his name? I forget. Yaz is still at the bar, sees you, kind of like stops cleaning a glass, takes a big breath, and then goes back to cleaning it. As you all kind of grab I assume grab a table somewhere.
Sure, yeah.
I think actually, notably, the table that you guys were at is still open.
Go right back to it.
As you see Missing kind of sitting back down and just going, all right.
I guess. Adim, what do you want to drink? It's on me this time.
Some decent ale.
All right, Missing. What would you like?
Same is fine.
All right, 2 decent ales coming up. All right, and Tishin will just walk to the bar.
Cool. You see, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Yaz. Yeah, it's just okay. We don't need any more trouble tonight. Just, you know.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not trying to cause any more trouble, friend. What is the best ale you have?
Ale.
Do you have any good ale, better ale?
Yeah.
All right. Can I get some of that, and then do you have straws and maybe fancy umbrellas as well to put in it?
You want an umbrella?
I mean, do you have little drink umbrellas? I've seen them in some places. Do you?
You want to drink under an umbrella?
No, I'll just take how much for
midnight.
No, it's okay. I've confused you. I'm confused myself. I'll just take those really good ales that you have.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How many?
6.
Okay. It's 2 gold.
All right. Tishin will toss him 3. And he'll say, third one's a tip. Just to let you know we're not causing trouble.
Okay. I could use this for more chairs.
Probably not a bad idea, because this time we're not causing trouble, but next time we might, and chairs would be handy in that situation. So yeah, maybe.
Well, I had to make do, and like points to like chairs that have been like truly like just broken table legs that have been like hammered together, and like you see some people are actually sitting really low at their table. Okay, thank you.
Not just a bartender, but a woodworker. Sure, yeah, good, great.
What I
chairs.
need to be.
Okay. Yeah.
So
All right.
an insight check on you. You get the feeling that you do have an insight, so you can roll deception if you want.
Okay.
Or you can welcome it, either one.
I'll welcome it. I will welcome it. I don't. It's a comment Tishian's making. I don't think he's even consciously trying to hide it. So it is what it is.
Cool. You know, I haven't seen you at this bar, which in most cases means that you're new.
Mm.
I think you should find another line of work.
You mean? Hold on. What do you mean? Like what kind of?
I think the recent company that you have kept will protect you. But I've seen a lot of your kind come and go. And I don't think that's you.
Hold on. When you say company, are you talking about, and Tishina will turn around, are you talking about the green one, or are you talking about the one in the hood? Which one will protect me?
The fact that you don't know really makes my statement stand.
So I think there's two things I think you should know. One, I'm strong as fuck, and then two, I have a lot of friends, and that's both of them are my friends, and we'll protect each other, and we'll be all right.
I didn't say you wouldn't survive. I said this line of work doesn't suit you.
Hold on, now I'm confused. What do you mean? Why am I not suited to be an adventurer or in this line of work?
Is that what you think you're doing?
I mean, it's what I am doing, I think. What do you think I'm doing?
I think you're making a mistake.
You know, I don't know. I think I'll be fine. I mean, I think you're talking to someone. I've known you for 5 minutes, man, and you're telling me I'm making a mistake. What do you know? Please just
I'm a
give me my
bartender.
drinks.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you're not a sidekick. You're not like, are you a career counselor or something like that? Why are you telling me, like, no, I'm fine. Hey, no, I'm fine. Please give me my really good ales, and I'll just be about my day. How about this? Your woodworking, subpar at best. I was just trying to make you feel good. Is that where you wanted this conversation to go? Because the conversation's going there now. Tishan's getting a little upset.
Mm-hmm. Let me know if you need anything else.
All right. I thank you. I will. And then...
Tishan, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. Wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a nat 20 for 28.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Ooh. Okay.
Harmony wants to fail it to see what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so this even helps me in this. I would allow you to fail this in exchange for information.
Let's do it.
Cool. Tishan, as you head back, or you don't even head back, you change direction, looking towards the bar, or looking towards your company. As you are staring at them, there's a moment where things get nasty. This time, the effects seem to be louder and stronger than they have been all day. You feel yourself disappearing. Your vision becomes blurry. You see, as you look down the ground at your feet, you see grass starting to grow under the wood floors. But it's not green grass. It's gray. As you see it start to kind of grow in between your toes, or if you're wearing shoes, I don't know. You look back up and you see even more of the bar is gone. You start to see, as you look at other people, patrons that are just walking by with their drinks, they start to just disappear from view as if they're being wiped. And in their place, you see figures of hunched over brethren would be, I think, a choice word for Titian. You see that they look lean, underfed, naked. As you see, the grass itself continues to kind of grow to being about ankle height, and you see the scenery around changes to this almost savanna-like setting, but it's very dark and gray. There are no stars in the sky that is now appearing above you. One specific spot in your eyesight does not change. As you see the looming Leonin getting closer to you, you're actually hearing the sounds of the roaring and the like biting, snarling sounds representing the visual that you now see. But looking directly forward, you don't see a table anymore. You don't see a deme anymore. But you see the hooded figure of Missing sitting on a rock, holding something in their hand and bringing it to their lips. What would Titian like to do in this moment?
So I'm seeing two distinct hooded figures.
You see just Missing.
Just Missing. Titian will walk up without saying a word. He will walk up to where he sees Missing in this vision to get a closer look at them. I think, as opposed to when this has happened in the past, now he's really trying to engage with this. And like he's going to try to ride this one through. So he's going to go up to Missing with really sort of questioning what's going on.
You walk up to Missing. You see Missing is not facing you. To get their attention, I think you start to say words, but you don't hear them come out of your mouth. What do you do instead?
Sorry. That's the tense I swallowed some bit.
You're good.
Titian would try to get into Missing's face. I think he would try. He would know Missing well enough. He's not going to try to surprise them or reach out to touch them.
So you're moving into position where you can see.
Moving into Missing's eyesight.
Yeah, you got it. As you take a side step, you see Missing look up and look at you. But as they look at you, you don't see Missing's face, but you see a cloud of smoke underneath the hood. And as that hood turns and looks at you, you see, just able to be seen by the waves of smoke coming in and out, you see a vision of a pale white skull. Before you have time to react, you snap back. And now you're looking at missing for real. Tishin, you okay? Tishin, you look around, you see Adim is looking at you. Questioningly. You notice that there are no drinks in your hands. You are definitely back at the bar.
Did you want me to get the drinks or what?
Did y'all missing? Was your face just a? Did you do something with your? Was your face different? Did y'all?
No.
Adim, you didn't see you didn't feel any.
I was waiting for a nail, man. You all right?
I don't think so. I was just.
Adim stands up, puts his arm underneath Tishan's and like around his waist, and starts walking him out of the bar.
I think Tishin would be a little unstable on his feet right now, so I think that's like a.
Yeah.
Doesn't say a word to missing, not to be rude, but just like, okay, I'm getting you out of here. Like, nope. I'm walking back to the glass.
I'm not drunk, I promise.
No, I don't think you are, but you're also not Tishian the way I know you. So we're going to go back to everybody and see what's going on. We're not going to have you in the middle of a bar with another potential bar fight. Here we go.
So you guys walk outside, leaving missing in the bar.
I mean, he can come with us. Sorry, they can come with us. I'm not like excluding them. It's kind of like a nod, like
Yeah.
I'm taking him out. Come with if you want.
Yeah, you walk out, you take a moment out front. You don't see missing come out
Okay.
with you.
Then missing can take care of themselves. I'm gonna go and get him back to I lost its name, but where we were staying.
The Spire.
There
Seagrass
you go.
Spire.
Yes, the spire.
Okay, so you're bringing him all the way back there.
Yes, I am walking
You
him
got
back.
Adim, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm hearing stuff.
What are you hearing?
Roars.
Like the sound you make, or like the army that's looking for us?
It's like the It's like this. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Tishin, because you did roll a nat 20, so I wanted to
Hmm.
make sure that I give you as much information as possible here. Tishin, you're aware of where you were in that moment based on a whatever sort of level that Tishin is remembering or understanding the religion, for lack of a better word, that sticks into your brain, that was hammered into your brain in the idea of being able to become a paladin and work through this. You know who was around you. You know who those sounds are. It's the sounds of the cult.
Who was? It was the sound of suffering, of untold numbers of Leonin just weeping and roars.
Does this
What?
sound like anything a demon's heard of?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think so. I couldn't imagine, but I was like, okay, maybe I know what he's talking about. So then Dean is just walking towards the spire and be like, that sounds really hard to hear. Just trying to like draw him out more.
Yeah. I studied this way back. I haven't really engaged with it, but I think I was in the eminence.
Does that? I'm assuming that word also does not ring any
Nothing he's going to tell you. You're going to know.
Okay, thank you. I'll stop asking.
Mm,
I'm like,
no, good.
okay, I'm like, in the eminence. Wow, that sounds like a long way away. Just keep on walking with him.
I mean, some people take a lifetime to get there.
So, did you feel like being in the eminence was effective? Still not knowing what the hell he's talking about.
Give me a.
Sounds like an after. I mean, Jack thinks he knows. But the dean's like,
Give me another wisdom saving throw, Tisha.
All right. Oh, okay. That will be a 15. Yeah,
15. I think in the moments of like hearing this, you're now kind of stuck in both worlds, for lack of a better word. You can still hear the sound. It hasn't gone away. It's just quiet enough for you to be able to talk and be present, but you can still hear the snarling.
Is it visual? Am I seeing like hallucinations or pop?
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just auditory.
Just here. Just auditory. Okay. I think they're still with me. It's been happening ever since I came into the city. I think I need to confront this.
okay, well, let's have you confront it when we're all together. And I say that, and then, because my arm's behind his back, I'm going to activate every stone that isn't with Titian or Elissa, which I think is just Green and Ianthe, and say, right now you don't seem too stable, Titian, so I'm going to walk you back to the spire when we're all together. So they hear that, and then I turn it back off. I just keep walking.
You got it.
Well, I guess I would have also, because Sif has one too, and she's still with the party, so I would have alerted Sif as well.
Right, of course. We're going to pause you there.
Okay.
We're going to go to Jet. Jet, you're going back to the archives?
Yep. Probably the first thing you would want to do is swing by and find Pilka. Whoops, sorry, Train.
That's amazing.
I was like,
It's
that's weird.
it is midnight, so you know Pilkep will not be here. But you do notice a visitor that is waiting for you right outside the library.
Oh, who is it? Do I know them?
Absolutely, you spent part of the day with him. You see Daphne.
Hi. He's just gonna walk up and do his creepy smile.
I know who you worked for before all this. I need to know who you work for now.
Who are you referring to?
Man that no longer draws breath.
Ah, yes, I understand. I didn't per se work for him. It was more of work with him, but I understand. I'm assuming that either you or the changeling have taken his place.
Their name is missing.
Noted.
Do good to remember that. You know that Rashra no longer lives.
And I'm aware that missing killed them. And apparently it took 8 minutes?
You have not shown. You've shown to be useful. And I understand why Missing chose a path to consider you interesting enough to bring along for the ride. But I need you to understand something. If there is word of others who are upset that their leader is dead.
Oh,
I
you
want to-
think I had some sort of allegiance? He was just an informant. I mean, sure, we'd share, stories, have drinks. While he would have drinks, I would sit back and sip tea. But there was no allegiance. Yeah, I work with most any group in this city, and I always give a couple days before I rat them out to each other. My allegiance is with the alcove. It's not with any of the gangs. I don't mind helping, and I love secrets and information. That's what I do.
We'll take this as a secret, then. If anything ever happens to Missing, and I found out that you knew about it, and chose to keep that secret, you and this entire fucking library will cease to exist.
Jet nods.
Welcome to the team. You see her walk off.
Thank you. Have a good night. Stay safe. And he walks into the alcove.
You walk right into the alcove. As you walk in, there is a moment as the door opens and closes. And once again, the camera stays there against the dark, black backdrop. And we rise up slightly to see in the sky just a half moon. And with that, we'll end tonight's session. We'll see you guys next week.